If you're here without having seen the rap where I'm calling John out, then perhaps you should check that out first, because it is the truth and it is the background to this video, which is about wanting to put the goat's face on the canvas. And I am a portrait painter and I would like to do a portrait of John Brzenk. And yes, he's a mind-bogglingly good arm wrestler, but if that was all he was, I probably wouldn't want to do this portrait. But it's like he's a paradox and an enigma, and he's a giant crusher. And for me, when I do a portrait, it's often a bit like going into the ring and trying to see if I can win. So after doing these portraits of people from Christiania, I threw myself into, so far, the most complex portrait I've done, which is of a painter called Otto Frello, he's dead now, but he painted super detailed, super funny, and you know, you wouldn't be sure that you'd seen the whole thing and understood every intentional paint stroke until you've checked out every millimeter, and I mean every millimeter, because you know, he would have a painting of a room. In the room there was a chest of drawers. In the chest of drawers there was a postcard. On the postcard there were there's a landscape, and on the landscape there were little houses. So, you know, until you go over to that drawer, look in the drawer, see that, you won't have seen everything. And so to paint him, I want to try and put across something about the character of a person. So for his, in his case, I had to have a certain amount of detail and a certain amount of quirkiness, which was great fun, but my goodness, it was hard work going into every detail. Even just the expression of his face, I wanted it to say something about, you know, his humour, his strength of character, his intelligence, his kindness, and all this I was trying to put across in his eyes. It can be interesting to try and study a person and see how do I put across somebody's achievements, let's call it achievements, kind of achievement that John has had, and at the same time put across the person behind the achievements. And at the moment I don't really know how I'm going to do it, and I suppose that is what makes this project so much fun and so scary. I don't know if I'll come out victorious in the boxing ring. Oh, and I'm wearing Copenhagen Power Pullers t-shirt because I have started going to Copenhagen Power Pullers, and I can definitely feel that there's something growing on the side of my arm. What do arm wrestlers do? They do some of this, don't they? We get away with. Oh, definitely gotten a bit more meat here, I'm telling you, that's crazy. Yeah. So maybe I can beat some 45-year-old women who've been arm wrestling a long time, maybe.